Good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in, I don't know, we're in day 8 of our series of my favorite maps. And we're still in Cornwall, and we're going to correct what I did yesterday because I do not like it. First, a little shopping. My Daphne's Diary, my Edgar Allan Poe coloring book, which is going to come in handy at Halloween. My Kelly Perky Traveler's Notebook Monthly Club kit. Just a tiny little stamp, acrylic stamp. It's really for planners. Some stickers and the paper. The paper is luscious, super thick, and I love that striped one. I'm going to use that one this summer at the beach for sure. And then, oh my goodness, these fell in my cart. Yay! Love, love, love. Okay, so yes, this is the little picture I'm going to work off of and try to use as a model for my village that I'm going to redo. I'm going to put white paper down over what I already did yesterday, and then I am going to work on some more stuff. I still like the thought process of what I was going to do with this background. I have to use that book because there's a seam right underneath me, which I need to get rid of, but anyhow, I didn't want it to show up. And I thought I was a little bit closer, sorry. I'm just getting some paper wet with browns and blues in preparation for water and buildings. And I don't know how I'm going to do it at this point, but I know this is the colors I kind of wanted to go towards, and so I'm going to let those dry and try not to burn my hand, which actually I did, but whatever. And draw little tiny boats, hopefully, and little tiny houses. But I don't know how I'm going to get them on the page yet. So it all comes together though, and I'm much happier. So I am working on drawing tiny little boats that look kind of like those 3 main boats in that picture. And they're not perfect, but they are recognizable as boats, so I'm happy with that. Still not sure how I'm going to attach this to the page, how it's going to lay out or anything, but I'm trying not to think about that part and just work in the moment making boats. So I've gone to my builder skills and am making boats, and I like them. They're not perfect, but they're much better than what I had, and I really like them. And I'm using watercolors, and then a Posco pen. I'm adding white, and I'm going to color on top, paint on top of that a little bit, which I'm not sure if that's going to work, but that's what I'm going to do. So, but I'm telling myself in my head all along, slow down, slow down, slow down, do it right, do it right. Day before yesterday, when I was doing yesterday's video, I rushed it, I think. I have to keep telling myself, slow down, get your, there's no fire. Just calm down and slow down and take your time and do it right. So that's what I'm doing. And my houses are not perfect, and I don't expect them to be perfect. But they are a vast improvement over what I did yesterday, and the way I end up using them, I like much better too. And I'm just trying to get, I'm also going for a tiny bit of a sketchy look, which you can see this up close on Instagram, but I'm not going for perfection because I'm not perfect. I'm just going for a sketchy village look of Cornwall. And something that a duke or a damsel could be living in. So here's where I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? So I cover it up with white paper, and it's just copy machine paper. It's nothing fancy. And tear the edges like I like and cover up that what I had there yesterday. And I eventually get it finally all covered. And I'm going to start fresh. It's, again, you can tiny see through it, but I'm okay with all of that, really, truly. I'll always know that I didn't like what I had here before and I corrected it and I like it much better. I am going to keep that tape look here because I just, for some reason, that's calling to me for this spread. I don't know why. So here I am trying to figure out how I'm going to get all this stuff on it. You know, semi-normal looking cove scene in Port Isaac, or in my head, Port Wynne from the BBC. Did you guys watch Doc Martin? It's really typical BBC. He's a curmudgeon. She's not. The village is full of quirky characters. He always learns a lesson, and sometimes we learn from him. So I just love that thought process, and the scenery obviously is gorgeous, and I love the quirky people in the village. And I'm trying to draw the bank there from that picture and kind of make it semi look like this, but I'm more concerned with the boats, and I like how the boats have turned out. So I'm okay with it. I'm not going to redo it again. And the water is kind of turquoise, and it's even turquoise in that picture. So I'm trying to make the water more turquoise, but on here it looks green. It really isn't green. So now let's work on some houses. And I end up drawing them in with just a black ink pen, ballpoint pen, and adding some detail with the Posco pen. And I will again go over the Posco pen with some watercolor. I didn't know if that was going to work, and I don't know if it works on bigger images. These are teeny tiny windows and like the trim on the roofs and things like that. So it works okay for what I'm doing, but I'm not sure if that works in a bigger element. I'm trying to make a wall here. This is a complete fail. So I turn this into a house. And this is where it's all starting to come together in my head. I wanted to get rid of that wall because I didn't like how it turned out. So I cut out the little house that I made. And then I'm thinking, I will do this with all of them because I can't get the angles correct to make it look like the village is falling into the sea, which is how it is in real life. And I can't get the angles correct to make it look like some are sitting behind each other. I'm not good at that. Geometry drawing, not good at that. So I end up just making a bunch of little houses and cutting them out and collaging them down. That I can do. And I end up being very happy with how it turns out. And it was a lot of fun, and my messages to myself, slow down, slow down, slow down, worked, and now I'm happy with how it turned out. I wasn't going for perfection. I wasn't going for geographically correct. I just wanted a little village scene underneath this map, which is what all these little villages in Cornwall look like from what I can tell on the BBC. So, yay. Yay. We have success. And this might be a good way for me to practice houses more in the future and then lay them down geographically how I want them, angles and everything, and then photocopy that and then practice from that. So who knows if this system might turn back up again somewhere. So I think I'm going to be done with Cornwall now. Um, but I don't know where we're going to go next. But it most likely, oh, you know what we could do? Let's go and do some land. We've done a lot of water and we've done a lot of shoreline. Let's do solid land. Let's do that. We will do that. I know where we're going. Yes. So now I need to figure out how to get these on here. And I wanted a torn edge look because that's just what I like. But I don't have a lot of room to play with here. I'm adding stems to some little flowers that are on that bank. So, okay, here's my boats, and now here's my village falling into the sea around the boats. I really like how this turned out. I'm proud of myself that I persevered and kept going. And now I'm just adding some brown to kind of tie it together as if it were the village. But now I need to do my title, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. So I still wanted to go with the like nautical banner theme, which is what I'm doing here with a Posco pen on that other bit of watercolor blot. And I wanted a torn edge look again, and I'm going to put it up in the corner there. But not totally happy with how this turned out, but it's acceptable and I'm leaving it. I will elaborate maybe on this theme another time. And I just put Cornwalls, put each letter in one of the flags. And do they look like nautical flags now? No, but okay, well, they're a banner and I'm okay with that. And I really like this page now. There's a lot of white, which normally would bother me, but it doesn't bother me for this particular spread. I think it kind of makes everything else stand out a little bit. Where am I going to journal about Cornwall? I'm not so sure, but we'll figure that out when it comes time for that part. So, oh yeah, and I did put a little edge around a scratchy edge around the whole thing to tie it all together. I like it. I like it. I like it. So thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.